In today's video, Dog Squad, we are going to be doing the college football playoff predictions, the whole entire bracket from the first round to the national championship game, which we played the middle of January. But before we get into this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you never miss one of my videos. We're on the road to 1K subs, and we're pretty close, so let's make sure to get that video. I'm sorry, let's try to make sure to get that up. That's what I mean. I know I had a poll. I know I said I was going to have a poll last week, but I didn't because I was busy studying for exams. But now but I'll have it this week to make to see what y'all want me to do for, just if there's anything you need to add, change. Like I said, I'll put up a poll. What do you want me to delete out of maybe the 4 or whatever, and then if there's nothing, then if nothing wins, I'll give you about till probably Christmas to vote. I'll post it either tonight or tomorrow. But this is what we're going to be doing: college football playoff predictions, the whole bracket. I'm on Christmas break now, so you should see more videos. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, so you're probably wondering why I have a suitcase back there. But I also have my bag over there. It has the Deron Bland jersey, the Micah Parsons jersey my mom's wearing to the game. We are going to the Buccaneers-Cowboys game. I know it's been a while since I mentioned this. I mentioned this about a week ago, but I also mentioned this at the beginning of the season. I posted on my Den Boys Reports story. Make sure you can check that out. Link is in the description below. We are going to the Buccaneers-Cowboys game. Hopefully the Cowboys can stay. And, of course, if you know this channel, I'm a Cowboys fan. But a lot of y'all Dog Squad members know that. But we're going to the game. Hopefully Cowboys can stay out of elimination, because with a loss that would put them in a situation. But with a win would keep them alive for the playoffs. But we're not talking about NFL today, but I just want to let you know that's why the suitcase and all that. We're leaving Saturday around 11. I'll watch the college football playoff probably in the car. I know my parents probably gonna watch it too. I know my dad will. In the car, he'll be driving, but we'll probably put on a thing or something. But of course, everything's supposed to be safe and stuff. But I'll probably also watch some NFL on my phone too, and all that. So that'll be all fun. So I've got CapCut up, and I know it's not editing. So we're gonna go with the first game. I am making a few brackets. We have the. I already have 2 brackets made, and then this is one on another account. So here we go. I'm doing this. I'll change it up later, but this is where I'm showing because I already have the real, I want to lead up to it like I usually do in March Madness, but everything's saved and all that already on the other bracket. So can't go back and all that. So here we go with the brackets. We got Clemson taking on Texas in the first round in Austin. Texas, I know they've had good offenses this year. They've had good times with the offense. Quinn Ewers and Arkman and kind of swapping out and all. Ewers playing most of the season. But I don't think it's Clemson's defense to be able to handle. Texas offense, once they get rolling, they get rolling. I don't think Clemson's defense will be able to stop them in this situation. They're a lower defense entirely of the college football playoff. I don't see Clemson stopping them. I can see Texas putting up a bunch of points. And I don't think Clemson's offense will be able to get through that tough Texas defense. Give me the Longhorns. Next up, give me the Tennessee and Ohio State game. The Buckeyes coming off a bad loss to Michigan a couple weeks ago, about a month ago now, almost. Tennessee, they've got a good enough offense to compete, but they don't have a talent to compete against Ohio State. Now, does Ohio State with Will Howard have enough talent to compete against Tennessee's defense? I think you could squeeze it in there. They might. Then they'll get rolling. Now Tennessee's got a good rushing attack, but Ohio State got a good rushing defense. So the question is, will we go through it? I think Ohio State, especially in their environment, I think they will get the win. Now we got SMU and Penn State. Look, this is a first-round game, not a primetime game, and it's in Happy Valley. Loud atmosphere. Will SMU be ready for that? Question is, I think this will be closer than people think. Penn State's got a tough scoring defense to go up against. SMU has Kyle Jennings, who's been pretty efficient this year. I think they can go through them, but it won't be enough. I think they'll get, like I said, I think it'll be closer than people think. I think they'll give them a game, but I don't think it'll be enough to win. I think Penn State with Drew Aller are going to go. I think he's going to have a great game to compete at his home field against an inexperienced playoff great team. SMU's defense is okay. We don't, they've got some good they got some flaws, but they've also got some good parts. They've also got some efficient parts about them that can help them win. But against the Penn State offense that has been pretty efficient this year, they've had some circumstances where they haven't been, but it's like that's all offenses. But scoring them against Oregon, 37 points against a tough Oregon defense. This is going to be tough for SMU to go up against. But like I said, I think it's going to be a battle. Penn State wins. Moving on, Indiana taking on Notre Dame. Notre Dame's got a good rushing attack. Indiana got a pretty good O as well. But maybe same thing goes to SMU. Is Indiana experienced enough? I don't think so. They haven't played really anyone this year. Their defensive stats show, because I don't think they've played anyone. I think Notre Dame's going to run through them. Notre Dame gets the win. Talk about quarterfinals now. Texas and Arizona State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Arizona State with Cam Scatterbo. I can see having a good game. Arizona State's one of the top among offenses this year, but you're going to get. I don't think they've seen a defense like Texas. They haven't, which is going to hurt them. And Arizona State's defense isn't also good. And when the Texas offense, like I said, gets rolling, they can get rolling. Give me Texas with the win. Ohio State taking on Oregon, a rematch from that October game. This can be a great matchup. You've got Dylan Gabriel against one of the best top of the nation defenses in the league, nation. The Buckeyes coming off a loss to Michigan, and then coming off a win to Tennessee, as you can see according to the bracket. They're going to have some momentum, but so is Oregon. They're going to be pumped. They got a chance of winning the national championship. I mean, they met it back 10 years ago in the national championship game when there was first year of the playoff team. Now they're making the playoffs again for the first time of the 12 playoff team. I think Oregon's going to win this game because I think it's going to be very close. It may come down to a game-winning field goal, but I think Oregon's going to have just a slight advantage on a little bit more preparation. I trust Oregon's coaching staff more than Ryan Day. I trust them more, and I do see Oregon passing, running, whatever you want to say, got enough. Oregon's defense, they're more balanced. When Ohio State's offense has been pretty good this year, but we've seen them sometimes struggle in those red zone opportunities. They get going. They blew Indiana out. But sometimes the red zone has not been good for them, or sometimes they're having to convert on some of the third downs when they needed to. So against some certain teams they probably should have been doing better against. They've had some flaws. Now Oregon's had some too, but I think they had more that can be dangerous and can hurt them in the situation. I just don't see Ohio State being able to go up against an Oregon D-line that has been, just pretty dang good this year. And firing off the ball and pressuring the quarterback, and Will Howard, will he make a bad mistake? Oregon, I think, will win. But it'll be very close. Alright, so next up is Penn State taking on Boise State. Who am I going to pick? Give me Boise State. I just think it's a preparation issue. I don't trust Penn State. I have to say there's going to be an upset. I don't think it's going to be Arizona State. I don't think it's going to be anyone like SMU or Indiana. Boise State's got the guys to do it. They have the talent with Ashton, a top-scoring offense. Look, I understand they haven't played anyone. No, I understand that. But they did it against Oregon earlier. They're in the playoffs. They got the right guys to come in the playoffs and do well. Penn State can slack off. Just saying. I know when you put them in matchups perspective, Penn State's got a good high-scoring offense, high-scoring defense. You got that much perspective. Boise State doesn't have the best defense, and Boise State obviously has been playing against some lower opponents. But I just want to say I trust Boise State in this game, and I'm going to have a little fun and pick the Broncos to upset the Nittany Lions. I've seen people do it. I'm going to try it. And I think they will. I think they will this game. I think Ashton's going to run over them. I don't think Penn State's defense is going to be able to stop them, maybe slow them down. I don't think they're going to be able to fully stop them. Maybe stop them a little bit. I don't think they're going to fully stop them. I think he's going to get a TD or so, and I think Boise State will make some good plays enough to win this game. But I think it'll be a close game, but I think it'll be a high scoring because Penn State's been capable of letting a lot of high-powered offenses score right over them. Hint, last game they played. Notre Dame taking on Georgia. Look, I understand Notre Dame I love Notre Dame. Very good chance at winning this game. But Georgia I think it has to do. Kirby always finds a way. He's good in the playoffs. He finds a way to go to the championship game no matter what it is. Maybe like the Kansas City Chiefs. Georgia's not the most dominant team, no. But they're like Texas. When that offense gets going, I think Gunnar Stockton will be able to make some noise as a backup QB. They've got the right running backs. You've got Trevor Etienne. He's a pretty talented running back. He's coming off an injury, but he played much better in the SEC championship game. They were capable of winning. Their defense is a good team. Will they be able to stop that Notre Dame defense rushing attack? Maybe not. But when you look at it, Notre Dame's also got a pretty good defense. Though, otherwise, I would say Notre Dame if it didn't come to the fact that all right, next up is Notre Dame taking on Georgia. 2 words, Kirby Smart. I was just saying something about Penn State not being prepared. Or Ohio State, maybe. We'll see. Georgia has the talent to do it. The offensive issues, they can easily get covered. They've got the guys to do it. Trevor Etienne. I know Carson Beck's had some good games. If he plays, it's fine. Gunnar Stockton actually had a pretty good game against Texas for a backup QB. He's got the talent. Notre Dame, sure, he's got a good defense, but is it capable of doing it against an SEC offense? That's the question. I just can't see Notre Dame going as far because of who they've played. Every time they made a big SEC opponent, they just haven't seemed to do it. Sure, Riley Leonard has played much better. I think he's got capability of doing it. Now, we did see them do it back in week 1, but will they do it in a playoffs against Georgia? They got a good run offense. Georgia's defense is, not as good on the run, but they're capable of doing it. I just have a belief more in Georgia, and I think they'll get the job done. Notre Dame's got the guys to do it. When you see Georgia's offense get fired up, get going, they get the win. You saw they against Tennessee's excellent defense. You saw the way Georgia played against Alabama when they came back in that second half. Carson Beck leading them the way. This Georgia team can do it, and they've got the defense as well to stop Notre Dame. They definitely do, no matter what's happened in the past. All right, next up we got the semis. This is my semis: Texas and Oregon, Boise State, Georgia. Look, I know it's going to probably be somehow different and thrown over the place, but we can't just guess random stuff. I'm going by what I think. It's not March Madness, so who knows? We've never seen this, so we'll see. I'll also maybe do some weekly predictions and stuff, going on based off the college football playoff. Maybe okay, now these are my quarterfinal picks based off what we have. But this is my full bracket prediction, and these are obviously my first round picks. So next up we get Texas and Oregon. Both battle of defenses. Oregon's the more dominant team in this game. The situation, Oregon is the more dominant team due to when Texas' defense is good. They've got a good D-line. They're top 5 in passing this year in the defense. They may be able to stop Dylan Gabriel for a while, but when that Oregon offense gets rolling, they can get rolling. They have throttled some of the good defenses this year. They didn't throttle Ohio State, but they played pretty well enough to win the game, and then they did the same thing against Penn State's defense. That's more recent. Texas has had some trouble on the offensive side of the ball. Oregon's didn't have the best game, though, against Penn State. That's also recent. So they're capable of doing it, but Penn State, I believe, has more efficient than Texas in some circumstances on the offensive situation. and opposite side of the ball. Oregon gets the win. Trust more of the Quacks. Boise State taking on Georgia should not really be a question. I mean, you could say send Penn State and Georgia, but okay, I shouldn't say that. Georgia, I think they'll have trouble guarding Ashton Gindy. The problem is, will Boise State be able to stop Georgia? Will the defense be able to stop them? And plus, I don't think it's going to last long. And I'm not picking Boise State. They're not a good enough team to go to the national championship. I'm not making a move like that. Georgia's going to win. All right. Plus, semifinal clutch time. Dogs are usually available. And then there's also two teams that have been in the championship before, past 10 years. Georgia's been in it quite a couple times. I'm national champion for Georgia. Their rush defense is weak. Their defense can be weak at some points. Good enough. Will they be able to stop Oregon's high-power offense? I don't think so. Now you go to the defensive side of Oregon. Will they be able to stop Georgia? Georgia can make plays. Georgia has the talent to do it. Georgia might be able to get through on the run with Trevor Etienne. Might be able to. I don't think it'll be enough. Oregon wins it. It'll be, let's say 46. Oh my gosh. Okay, just forget it, I guess. Okay, well, Oregon wins it, so I think they'll win the national championship. They're a dominant team, and that's all there is to it, really. I mean, about really how I can explain Oregon. Obviously, I've explained enough already. There's really nothing more I can say about the team except their offense is high-powered. They got a top defense. They can stop anyone, and once they get rolling, they get rolling. And obviously, I just want to let you know, if you're saying as much, if you're saying, oh gosh, you don't know as much knowledge or something about college football. I know a good amount of college football, but I know a lot more about the NFL. Trust me, I know about college football, and I know what they can do. But it takes me, I got to research a little bit more. Of course, that's what you have to do. I'm trying to be a broadcaster and all that. Of course, that's what you're going to have to research. But this is what you have to do in these circumstances. Look, if you see some of these tabs that are open, I had to do some research. But I do think Oregon, the Ducks, will beat Georgia in the college football national championship. The college football playoff, that will win it with a much balanced side of the ball team. I think they're more complete of any team out there of the top 12-team playoff. And of course, they're undefeated. I know they say they had a cupcake schedule. I don't think so. They've beaten some pretty good teams. Beat Ohio State, and they beat Penn State. And they even beat Boise State. That's a playoff team. They beat 3 playoff teams right there. So, there you go. More complete team of the Oregon Ducks. And they got a Heisman candidate at QB. And a heck of a coach. Heck of a year for the Ducks. I'll see you next time, Dog Squad. Let me know your comments, predictions in the comment section below. Peace.
Ho, 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 ho!